Now let's dive into this big LGBTQ story for the day. I'm Robert Hadley, and let's queer up trans rights. The CDC removes trans people as they no longer exist. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has removed all references to transgender people, gender identity, and equality from its website, following new executive orders from the person living at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. HIV testing guidance for trans people and LGBTQ youth and healthcare pages were disappeared as the administration ordered federal agencies to stop promoting gender ideology, whatever that is. CDC staff were instructed to delete all web pages and any social media posts referencing trans issues. The entire trans community, even vaccine recommendations were affected with the Mpox vaccine. It's critical for some queer people. They were all removed. Additionally, researchers are instructed to retract or edit scientific studies that determine transgender, non-binary, and pregnant person. It's even unclear how many studies will be impacted. Critics say the changes erase vital health resources for trans and queer communities. Trans activists suggest the CDC eliminated the existence of the trans community. I gotta say, that affects me personally. My beautiful girlfriend, black transgender woman, when this came across, our house was just flabbergasted and ashamed. Not totally surprised though, because that's the policy of the new person in charge. Erasing everything that's not white, money-ordered people, and trying to erase all parts of personal stories, personal lives. These are real people.
Yeah.
Trying to put them, make
them invisible.
And and why pregnant people? My gosh, where'd that come from?
Where the hell did that come from, right? Like when you were reading that, I was like, was that
actually
a typo? What the
pregnant person came from, I believe, when a trans man famously got pregnant, and I think the scientists tried to, not call him a woman, but he's a trans man who's pregnant, so pregnant person it is. It was criticized, like from J.K. Rowling and the lips of TikTok, these are people perverting the genders, blah, 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 blah. But let's face it, this CDC move, alongside many other moves, is 1984.
Yeah.
It's Brave New World. The whole thing is, do not believe the words you read on the paper, believe the word that we tell you.
Yeah.
And they're trying to erase the world of transgender people from reality itself.
Yeah. And they've been around forever and always will be.
Always will be. And like you said, Bobby, like they're trying to take us back to 1985 where the president never said the word transgender, where that wasn't a part of everyday conversation. Here we are in 2025. We have trans siblings. They do exist. They live here. They have viable, beautiful lives, and
we were talking the other day about what trans people can do. Trans people can
what can
cars.
they not do?
They can be lawyers. They can be lawyers. They can be senators. Trans people can be business owners, teachers, parents, spouses. This is what they can do is amazing, and what they do is the same.
It's also amazing just how fast this new regime's been able to dismantle our federal government. And I remind people, and I have friends that are federal employees. A federal employee had to do that action. We have to start remembering that federal employees are no longer our friend or ally. They are assisting a regime that is going to take away our democracy. And we have to remember that going forward, not just with the CDC. This is just the tip of the iceberg what the CDC are doing to trans people. In general, they've been taking away entire data sets. We've never seen a government act like this.
Yeah.
They're saying that they're going to start prosecuting teachers that use students' proper pronouns.
Yeah.
It is beyond normal and any sense of the word what we're watching. And this is just the latest of what a tragedy.
Today, when someone named Elon Musk's child age assistants who are going into all various computer treasury and OPM and trying to plug in their hard drives and steal data from them, someone named them and ironically put on Twitter, and he was immediately banned, and Musk said that it's criminal. It's not criminal to name employees who work for the government. That's how transparency works.
Yeah.
We always want to know the name of every bureaucrat around.
See, I fear the current government more than I fear the Chinese government affecting our elections.
Oh, the whole thing about
this is all made up.
The whole
crap.
Corruption thing. I mean, they're using the Chinese playbook completely. For example, they are claiming, the regime is claiming that they are rooting out corruption and greed, except that they are the corruption and greed.
Yeah.
It's opposite day.
I know it's upside down world. It really is. And again, them eliminating transgender and the words from CDC, I honestly think that CDC is not going to be around for much longer anyway. So why are we really, it's going to be one of the many organizations that will be dismantled underneath Trump because he doesn't think that we need things like
Healthcare.
like healthcare, or
It's
CDC.
horrifying to not be able to trust the CDC anymore. How are we supposed to figure out what we want to do for our own health in the future if we can't trust the government's Centers for Disease Control?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen this play before, haven't we? I mean, this is something that, we've done. They try to erase something that they don't like. But you know what? Trans people exist. Non-binary people exist. So you can't you can take it away from us on websites and in paper, but they're still here.
Yeah. And they're not going
they're
anywhere.
part of the LGBTQIAS2+ community. So they're not going anywhere.
But the sinister goal here is not to say, just pretend that they're invisible or they don't exist. The move here to erase all of it is to basically eventually label trans people as mentally ill. They want to put it on, they want to force this issue on the DSM and then have doctors, the air doctors, to declare basically all trans people or non-binary people suffer from some kind of mental illness.
Okay, and we're not far behind, Bobby.
Therefore, it's easier to
remember
that's like the 1950s with when they used to
Exactly.
try to, criminalize being
the
gay.
pink triangle.
Because, exactly.
We're going in that
We're going
same
right
direction.
back.
We're going in
Yeah,
that
the
same
old
direction,
play.
and that is why Trans Day of Visibility is in March. It's March 31st. It's the same day every single year. Okay, don't listen to the crazies when they say that we tried to put it on the same day as Easter. We didn't. It's March 31st every year. Okay, but it is the time of year right now. January, the beginning of February is when you go out to Mackenzie Project. You go out to Trans Social, Trans Inclusive. You go out to SunServe. You go to any of these organizations. You say, what can I do to help? I'm not a trans person, but I sure am an ally, and I want to be here and I want to support. What do you need me to do? Trust me, they will find something for you to do. Okay? You've got a month. That's what you need to do. All right. So that is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.